Guys, well, the Facebook requested it, so we're gonna do it. You have no idea how exhausted Miss Stacy and I are. We just got back from our ride, which totaled 2,253 miles. Literally went in the house, turned the AC on, got a shower, and now I need my stuff. So we're gonna show you exactly how we packed for our trip. So we're gonna start with my regular light arc jacket that has vents everywhere. Awesome. Bring this if you don't know exactly what temperatures you're going to be riding in. Since this isn't unhooked, we'll do this next. I bought this right before our trip. This is the Wolfman Explorer Light tank bag, and you can see that it is fully extended right now. It has these little zippers that actually shrink it down. But Mr. Rojo Neck told me that he bought this, and when he got back from his last trip, it was fully expanded and stuffed with crap. 100% right, Mr. Rojo Neck. And on the top, got a map of Idaho, which is where we were riding. Thank you, Miss Stacy. And underneath is a trail map for Sawtooth, which I think we're gonna need again, hopefully someday. So this is basically what I called the IT bag, and also just the stuff that I needed to have quick access to. Bottle of water. I figured out that I could fit two. I would have like a bottle of water and a soda in here that I could use. But then it's got this little pocket on the top, which I used to keep all of my batteries in. Spare GoPro batteries, spare vaporizer batteries. But the thing that I did was, if they're in the bag, they're charged. If they're not in the bag, which you'll see, I have a couple of GoPro batteries in here, these are dead. If we were riding in the rain, I would throw these back in the bag and just kind of have to charge everything. But luckily enough, that didn't happen. Second thing that is really important, a headlamp. This clips right onto my hat, so whenever I would have to go to the bathroom or anything, it would be right here, and I could just hit the button and walk away. Makes for some interesting situations when you're walking into hotels. People look at you a little funny. Last thing that I have in here is that tire pressure gauge. Last thing that I have in here is a tire pressure gauge. This is a gauge for the big bikes because it does higher pressure than the smaller bikes, which I think only go up to like 25 maybe. This goes all the way up to 50 psi because on the road we're running 40, up to 40. So super handy to have right here. Get up in the morning and just go ahead and check your tire pressure and you're good to go. Now the first big thing is a plastic bag. In that plastic bag I have an 18,000 mAh charger, two 2.4 ports and one 1.8 port. I wish they were all 2.4, but it's a little bit older. But I've actually came up with a great scenario for this. While you ride, have the 12 volt charging this if you're not going to be near power for the next little while. Then when you get to your destination, you can charge your phone, etc. That worked out perfectly. There was a couple of times where I had this was full because we were in a hotel or somewhere that had power, and then I could just plug my phone in and have that charged to full. But the most important thing was having this charged because when we stop at night, if we were camping, we needed to charge the Cenas, phones, everything. But yeah, definitely that, and tons of extra cords in there. Super useful. Second thing that I have in here is Google Pixel C. This is the best laptop replacement ever. So what I did was, I didn't want to carry around a huge laptop because they weigh like 15 pounds. They're super awkward and hard to carry and easily damageable. This thing weighs like a pound, if that. has a full keyboard, charges, it's got a nice long battery life. You can separate it. So I was using this to watch movies when we camped, you know, at night. Wasn't quite bedtime, but also if you buy the keyboard that comes with it, it's metal on the front and metal on the back. So it's pretty hard to damage, and looks like it made it through, you know, 2,200 miles unscathed completely, just riding along in there. So I also brought something that you will see soon. These are all of our just regular plug-in wall chargers and GoPro battery charger for Miss Stacy. Let's see what else. Really cool for the Hero 4. You can charge 3 batteries at once. Just plugs in, you plug it into the charger, away you go. But the piece de resistance is, this is a 500 gigabyte solid state drive that I can plug into the Pixel and offload all of my footage to. And that worked out awesome. This little baby has got most of our footage from the trip on it. So highly suggest doing that with the solid state drive. You don't have to worry about any moving parts or anything spinning, so that you could literally like drop kick this across the front lawn and you're gonna have no data loss or any issues. So great idea there. Okay, next thing. Small Amazon portable speaker. Not much to tell you about it, but it's Bluetooth, connects to the phone or to the Pixel, plays sound loud enough that we could hear it well over a raging stream next to 2 campsites. We use this every single day, and this was amazing. This is a great little thing. In the house, I run all the Amazon Echoes, and you'll see up here I have the bigger version of that same speaker, the large speaker, and I have the big speakers plugged into every Echo in the house. They're Amazon Basics, if you want to search those speakers. Next thing is a pair of real leather gloves. Miss Stacy and I actually went down to the Army Navy before we left to just kind of see what kind of things we needed. And these are branded waterproof. They are leather, they are warm. Miss Stacy was like, you need to get something to replace your huge, I have snowmobile gloves. And these worked out perfectly. They're waterproof, windproof, extremely warm. They were like 36 bucks. Absolutely nothing. What are you doing?
They have a wiper on them.
Oh. Next thing that I have in the bag is the usual first aid kit that I carry all the time on Xena or the AT or whatever I'm riding. This is the, you know, it's not the cheapy one, it's like the $75 one. But it's got everything you would ever need, along with instructions and whatnot. You've seen a little bit more detail on this in my gear overview video, which you can find if you take a search in the archives. So that was everything that's in the big compartment. So, oops, I can show you now. That's what that would look like if you weren't carrying around everything in the kitchen sink. But with all that stuff, it needed to be expanded. So, in the front pocket, Kit Kat, melted. I got Miss Stacy a treat, and she never ate it. Next thing, knife. This is the knife that I carry around 24/7 to open boxes and stuff, but definitely handy to have on the road. I'm gonna put that back where it always goes, right on my leg. Spot. You guys know all about the Spot from my previous gear video. Wanted to have that close at hand in case, you know, we came upon an accident or something happened. I could just whip it out of there and turn it on immediately. Next is a Climb balaclava, and this guy saved my bacon when it was 30-something degrees and everything was covered in cozy warm except for my entire head. Wore that to sleep one night. That was great. And next, a little doohickey of sunscreen. Ask your wife to get you one of these, because I know we as men don't know where to find that. And I think that does it for a tank bag. That's it. All right, so next we're gonna get into panniers. One thing I want to mention, before we left, I ordered all 3 locks and changed them out so they all use the same key. So all they have to carry is a bike key and a case key. And while we were riding, Miss Stacy and I carried copies of each other's keys just in case that day came where it was like, oh crap, where's my key? But anyway, so in here, this is the only one that I used. The actual Givi dry bag. So come down here. So each one of the panniers I got the actual dry bag for, and it's a great thing. But we didn't really need to keep everything super dry. Roll of paper towels, extremely useful. These are the underquilts that you'll see more about in a video coming up. They go underneath your hammock and keep your butt nice and toasty. 2 of those, and in here is a down blanket that Miss Stacy got me just for extra warmth. Then another little safety blanket for Miss Stacy that she usually keeps in the back of her car, but she decided to bring that with her because we knew it was going to be chilly. Then we have our hammocks. These are literally up to 500 pounds, I think. Ropes are inside there. They are good to go. Here's Miss Stacy's. Then, tube tarp. These things are awesome. You can get them on Amazon. They are safety blankets. The one side is reflective, so it insulates all your body heat. You can use them as an emergency shelter. So many different uses for these things. Check them out. Miss Stacy's tube tarp. What's this guy?
It's an emergency sleeping bag.
SOL. Survive outdoors longer or out of luck. And that's basically it. There's a little bit of garbage in there that we didn't throw out at a rest stop. Okay. We decided that we should probably carry both an extra gallon of gas and a gallon of water. We knew we were going to carry the gallon of water, but since I was going to have to carry it on one side or the other, I figured I might as well even it out. And I already had a 1 gallon Rotopacks for gas. So what we did was we bought these rock straps. And again, you guys are going to hear more about these in a video, but these rock straps are the freaking bomb. They are awesome to strap stuff down. So, gallon Rotopacks. Then underneath, I used these regular shop rags that we use for cleaning chains and whatnot around the house. And we just tried to use the inside to clean and then kind of keep the kind of clean side against the bike. Worked out well. Perfect. Alright, on this side, we have a plan gone wrong. Before we left, I got a new thing of all vaporizer juice. Unfortunately, I didn't have any small ones to put them in. And as you can see, there was a leak, and that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. Stand up, please. Thank you. Alright, in here, got tire pump. Big thing you want to have with you if you're going to be changing tire pressures to ride dirt, pavement, etc. This guy is awesome. Plugs into 12 volt, by the way. Then we have Wolfman tool roll. I went through and I figured out what sizes of everything we were going to need for both the AT and for the GS, and all of the basics are in here, including, what are they? They're not hex, they're star ones that the Germans decided to use on the GS. But used that a couple of times. Glad we didn't have to use it more. Oh, and for Hobbs and Hermit, yes, I did add a screwdriver with every single different kind of bit. Hobbs and I figured that out on the trail, that the one thing I didn't have was a freaking screwdriver. Oh. Alright. Next one is my sleeping bag. This is a super cheapy, I don't even know if that's a real name brand, but we're gonna be replacing these with much better, smaller ones. Miss Stacy's sleeping pad. Again, cheapy. Miss Stacy's chair. You guys have all seen my chair from my my videos. She's a lot lighter than I am, so she opted for a no-name kind of deal there. And up here in the net, we've got electrical tape, we've got duct tape, we've got chain lube, and I had a full-size thing of chain cleaner in here, which we actually ran out of yesterday morning. So all the chain maintenance stuff was in here, and that worked out perfectly. Alright, moving on to the other side. Over here, same deal. Rock straps holding on the water. Guy's still full. Same deal, shop rag, clean chains or whatever we needed to clean up. Worked out perfectly. Even, I mean, on a closed private track, I might have done over 100 miles an hour a couple of times, and those shop rags stayed right under there. They didn't move an inch. All right, in here. First thing. Make life easier. Miss Stacy's sleeping bag, same deal, came from the same place. Going to be replaced. Next is all of our food. And with food comes poop. Spare bog roll. But then we ended up buying these Mountain Man freeze-dried dealies. So you could put, you know, you boil up some water, put it in here, mix it up, and delicious. And they do work really well, and they do taste really good for camp food. Okay. Next up, we have my jacket. This is just my regular fleece jacket that I wear every day to work in the winter. And it smells like campfire. My chair, which you guys have all seen 100 times. Then something I didn't have to use but really wanted to have, a pair of Frog Togs. These are cheapy waterproof pants. I bought them because my pants, they only leak in the crotch, and that's the only place you really want them not to leak, so got these to have. But that's pretty much it for my bike. The only other thing that I do have, Miss Stacy, if you follow me around real quick, is this guy, and I recommend this highly. It has been great. Aki, tiny little USB, but it has two 2.4s. Unfortunately, the AT will only power one at 2 amp. So it doesn't matter that it has two. You plug it in, you're going to be splitting 2 amp between the two USB plugs, but I only use one anyway. And anchor cables. Anchor cables are the bomb. Buy them. Use them. They work and they don't break. That does it for my bike. You want to do yours? No. She's shaking her head no. Alright, now on to Miss Stacy's bag. In here she has all of her lovely little magnets and stuff and stickers that she bought from all the places that we go to. A normal Miss Stacy thing. But this is the Wolfman Enduro tank bag. So it's a little bit smaller, it doesn't expand, but for her it was perfect because she's smaller and her bike is smaller. But what do you have here? Hand sanitizer. That's kind of what that looks like. Up here, Miss Stacy's wallet. Miss Stacy's registration and insurance for her bike. good. I didn't see mine anywhere in my stuff. It's not good. What's this?
Arrowheads.
Ah, alright. More little trinkets. She has a lighter, which I also always carry even though I am no longer a smoker. In the truest sense. Miss Stacy's battery charger. She has one. I think hers is a little bit bigger than mine. It's 20,000. Same thing. Charge phones, Cena's, whatever. So here was a great idea that Miss Stacy had that worked kind of the way she wanted it to and kind of not. What she would do is when she would stop at a campsite, she would hook her keys to this, and then she could wear it around her neck, never lose her bike key. She wanted to keep this on it while she rode, and I told her that was not a good idea because it could get caught on any number of things. Tiny little lady brush. Adorable, Miss Stacy, adorable. Handycam. This is the waterproof, damage-proof, whatever. What is it?
Tough cam.
Huh?
It's an Olympia.
Olympia?
TG4.
Yeah. Takes great pictures. Mr. Dow Factor brought us some sweets. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I have not enjoyed one. Miss Stacy had one. Miss Stacy's for her 12 volt. She bought one of these cheapy ones and immediately it did not work. Sunglasses. Let's see what else. Kind of a hair holder thing for the girls. They'll be able to tell you more about that later. Plastic bag. And looks like that's getting close to about it. Advil. And hand cream. One thing we didn't have, because I didn't take my house keys, was a bottle opener. So glad Miss Stacy brought that. Yeah, that looks like it's pretty much it for her. She has her GoPro batteries in here all nice and neat. And moving to the back. So Miss Stacy realized that she was going to have to carry some extra stuff since she doesn't have a big top box like I do. So she got the wolf tail like I have for my bike, for Xena, and she bought one of these nets. And this net is freaking awesome. Helped out a lot. She's got an extra set of gloves shoved in there. This, I believe, is her rain jacket. She has a jacket that comes in 3 parts, I think. Underlayer is mesh, then you put on a waterproof layer, and then I think there's a big bulky like winter layer on top of that. That may be in the wrong order. In here we have something kind of awesome. Got this on Amazon. We get most everything on Amazon. But this is a cooking pot and a cup for you to eat out of. So it comes like that. Then inside here, this is the pot you can cook in. Inside here, tiny little dry bag. We have the MSR fuel canister. Bingo. And the stove. And this thing is awesome. It's like the MSR Pro something something. Great. Get it. Boils water, boiled like 4 cups of water in like less than 2 minutes. It was insane. But then you can see Miss Stacy has rock straps holding her tail bag on here. And extra bottle of water. Gonna need more room soon. All of our medications or anything that we needed or thought we might need, like more Advil, Pepsids for the heartburn, that kind of stuff is in there. Then we have another layer of her jacket. Napkins and more bags. plastic bags, if you can get good plastic bags, they will save you on a trip like this. Napkins, clutch. Miss Stacy's pair of leather gloves. Couple spare beers. I want to put those in the fridge, huh? Wipes, I don't like them. I think they give you butt rot. Miss Stacy loves them. Miss Stacy's balaclava. I'm running out of room. You got a lot of small stuff in here. Okay, here's some clutch stuff. Where's the other one? There it is. 2 lanterns. These are both awesome. To light up the campsite at night, I would just hang them off of trees at the opposite ends, and it would light up the entire area that we were camping in. Those were great. I didn't like this stuff. This is like Rain-X for your visor. It did not work well on the Icon variant shield, but Miss Stacy said it worked really well for her on the AFX FX39 face shield. Again, just Rain-X stuff. You spray it on and wipe it. I didn't like it. It made a film on mine and drove me insane. I think I finally got it all off today. What do we got? How? Some snacks. Snacks. Foot and hand warmers, along with what's in the back of here? Some like
Wipes.
towelettes. Yeah. Good stuff to have if you are with a lady that gets cold easily. More snacks. Miss Stacy's the snack lady. Another pair of the 4 pairs of gloves Miss Stacy takes on every ride. Canadian brewski hat that says Delaware on it. She wore that to bed every night. Oh. And out came her tiny, cute little gloves. What else do we have? Actual ball cap. Beer cozies. Good thing to have. Another piece of her
Pants.
pants. Oh, it's pants. Those are the inside door pants. Not quite sure what those are for, but
Reflective.
they're reflective. Spices of every kind, including salt and pepper, for when you're camping and cooking off the beaten path. Not really necessary, but when you get a woman who cooks, it's good. Here we have note paper, pen and a marker, just in case. This stuff is really good to have, and it's not something you would think of. If you have to leave a note for someone, if you have to abandon a bike or anything, you can write and leave it there. Also, binder clips, which you'll hear a lot more about in a video. Why binder clips are important and why they saved our day. Jump starter cables, good thing to have. Zip ties of assorted sizes, real good thing to have. I think that's close to it. What do you have in here? Paracord, good to have. Extra chapstick and extra phone batteries.
And a headphone.
And headphones. Good things. All good things to have. Let's check this out. Garbage bag. This came in key when we were sleeping because we had stuff. We weren't sure if it was going to rain or if it was going to dew or anything like that. So we would actually like put our helmets in this. Anything really that we just knew we didn't want to have get wet. That worked out really well at campsites. Other than that, do you have anything in your panniers other than clothes? Okay, so we worked it out really well that her panniers had our clothes in them. One side's dirty, one side's clean, kind of deal. So I'm not going to open them up and show them to you because you don't want to look at my 9-day-old dirty underwear, and I don't want to show you my 9-day-old dirty underwear. But one other thing is use the rock straps once again. Now we thought that this trip was going to be really, really cold the whole time. It actually turned out to be more like 90 degrees. So use the rock straps to bundle up my big jacket, which I wore for way too long before I broke out my small jacket, and that thing needs to be washed because it stinks. But I also carried a dry bag, and in this dry bag are a couple of things. Big dude shoes. My shoes, I wear size I wear a size 15 shoe, so they are really hard to pack. Jeans. I only brought one pair of jeans for the entire trip, which is fine because we found laundry. And then towels, which we weren't sure if we were gonna need, and we didn't. Did not need these, but we brought them anyway. These are definitely going to be getting replaced with those chamois towels that are real small and scrunch up. But I needed to unpack this anyway because my jeans have my belt. This is the basic stuff that we got, just kind of the gist of what we carried. And we used absolutely everything. We used it all. Is there some stuff that we could improve on? Sure. But I think for our first trip we did pretty damn well, and here we are, alive and happy and in good shape. But alright guys, remember we were out for 9 days, so we did need all of this stuff. If you're going on a shorter trip, you don't necessarily need this much stuff. But alright guys, that's the gist. I hope you guys got a good idea of what we carried. If you have any questions, please shoot them down at the bottom, and I'll be glad to get with you and give you suggestions or any information that I can provide. But we'll catch y'all later. Peace.